Hi guys, Asmo here with another update for the Cast on Crit character. I have recently returned from a short vacation in the mountains for a few days where I had no chance to play, so now I am back. I made a couple of upgrades to the character and I'm continuing, basically gonna give you like a rundown of what changed with the character so far. There is going to be of course the POB in the description. Today I was also streaming for like 6 hours. It was a great stream, you can come check it out, the link is going to be in the description as well. I'll be streaming more regularly and you can always tell when I'm streaming based on when I tweet, right? But usually it's gonna be like morning time for Europe, kind of European time in the morning, kind of like around noon as well. So first of all, I got big upgrades, which are the boots. We got tailwind and cooldown recovery rate. The cooldown recovery rate is important for how often you can trigger your cast on crit. Then later we're gonna get also awakened cast on crit, and that's gonna give us even more cooldown recovery. So the boots have it's a two-toned base, so it has evasion and energy shield. It has a great enchant, it has the 8% penetration. The reason why it's so good is that it basically is 8% more damage for a single target while bossing. This is really good for bossing, because that's what you actually want to boost at this time for this character. That and the movement speed. So ideally you'd like 35% movement speed on these boots as well, but it's like has cooldown recovery and has tailwind and 24 movement speed. This is as good as I could get right now. And it costed like 6 exalts, I think, to get these boots, which was pretty good deal, because they also have like almost max roll cooldown reduction, and they also have dodge to attacks at the same time on top of that. So really good pair of boots. And then I found this ring, the Circle of Fear, just doing some synthesis maps that I dropped. I equipped it because it was better than my other rare, and ideally you'd like increased cold damage while affected by Herald Device, and instead of the reservation, Herald Device has increased buff effect, and then of course some kind of a better implicit than what I have here, which is basically nothing, just some rarity and that's it. But ideally you'd like to have a crit multi or max ES or some resistances, something like that would be great on a ring. So those were the two upgrades that I've made to the items. Then I also upgraded my flask finally, because what you want is Alchemist's Quicksilver Flask of Adrenaline with 20% quality, or 26 if you can get from the Betrayal, the upgrade to the quality of a flask, and of course max roll, so 30% increased movement speed, just because that's what limits your clear speed, right? Because you're killing everything pretty quickly, but the movement speed limits it a little bit. And we also leveled to right now level 95 for now, and that allowed me to get the Transcendent Flesh. So Transcendent Flesh is like a jewel that gives you -1 strength per 1 strength allocated in the passives. So basically if you allocate some strength you don't get it, but you get +7% to critical strike multiplier per 10 strength in the unallocated things. So if you type strength, we have 10 here. This is another 10, so that's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So that is 7 times 8, 56 crit multi. 56 crit multi is absolutely insane and completely worth it. You have also reduced a life recovery rate, but the life recovery rate is not really that important to me. It matters a little bit for, I think, like if you have life leech and then you're switching it to to energy shield, I think it still has the life recovery if it originally comes from life recovery affecting it. Maybe, I'm not sure, maybe only the negative affects it, but I would have to test it. But it's working fine. We have like some energy shield leech from this, and then because of the flask we're taking Ghost Reaver as well to leech the life as energy shield on top of that. Those were the changes pretty much. And right now the next upgrade, I could upgrade so many things, but the biggest upgrade for me right now is going to be Headhunter. So that's currently what I'm doing. So as I was streaming, I was basically grinding some currency, And over the next week, I'm going to try to get a headhunter. Depending on how much time I can play, I'll try to get a headhunter within that week. And that's going to be the goal, and that's going to be the massive upgrade. And after that, we're going to be able to do a significantly more difficult content, and we're going to be upgrading all the rest. We're going to be upgrading the rings to like double circle of fear. We're going to be getting a great helmet with like a +1 to power charges, the right enchant, and -9 to cold res to nearby enemies. We're going to get gloves with like 50% increased damage against chilled enemies, things like that. And also like +2 to the level of socketed aura gems and corrupted prism guardian. That's gonna give us a lot of damage and some extra ES as well. So those are going to be the upgrades that I'm going to be doing. That's basically it for now. I'll post next update, basically where I'm gonna be talking about how I'm making the currency and which methods of finding currency work best for me with this type of a build. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.